Hi guys, it's Grace from Grace Gets Gastric, and I'm here today to do a video on my experience with lip fillers or lip injections that I recently had. I've mentioned that in a few of my past weekly update videos that I decided to get some lip injections as a reward for hitting under 200 pounds. And I got a lot of questions about it. I totally get it. I was super curious about it as well, so I thought I would just do a separate video on my experience, talking about how all that went for those of you who are interested. And if you're not interested, you don't have to watch. So I'll go ahead and put some pictures up on the screen now, since I'm sure that's what y'all are the most curious about. So I'll try to do like a before one, and then maybe one when I'm like still pretty swollen, and then like an after. And I'll do that with nothing, and then I'll also try to find one with lipstick on, because I do think that when I'm wearing lipstick it's maybe a little bit more noticeable, just because part of the lip plumping process is actually like in plumping up the skin around the lips to kind of give you a fuller look, but sometimes that doesn't show up as well with that lipstick on. So yeah, I mean, I can definitely see a difference. I'm really happy with it. I think I'm going to get more, and I'll talk a little bit more about that now. So I'll talk about the whole experience. So I went in a week ago, a little over a week ago, because today I'm filming this on a Saturday, and I went last Friday. So a little over a week ago now. And I went into the appointment. I met with the technician. We talked a little bit about what I was hoping to get. You know, she had me smile, she looked at me, she kind of evaluated, and then she told me that she was we would start with one syringe, because my lips are fairly thin to start. You don't want to go too hard too quickly. So she's like, we'll start with one syringe, but I think you're going to want another one. And I do think she's right, but I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. So she suggested going with the Velour, which is a Juvederm product. It actually lasts 12 to 18 months, which is pretty cool. So it's one of the longest lasting ones out on the market. And she thought that the look that I was going for, it would be the most complimentary, and it lasted a really long time, so I was happy with that. It was $7.50 a syringe, which is about how much the Google told me it would be for that particular product. So yay, that worked out well. She did mention I have a little bit, like a very small amount of asymmetry. Most people do in their lips. So she was going to work on fixing that. And then she also noted when I smile, I have a pretty gummy smile. And so she said that adding a little smidge of Botox up here would kind of, I guess, like stiffen the lip and make it so that it doesn't lift so much. Because that's another thing I mentioned that I dislike, is when I smile, my upper lip basically disappears. So she was saying that could help with that as well, because the way I was smiling, my lip was kind of like flipping down. Anyways, so one syringe of Velour and a little bit of Botox, and I haven't had any of this stuff before. So it was definitely a new experience. So I had to sign some waivers, and she applied like this numbing cream that sat on me for like, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. So that was really weird. You could just like feel my lips going numb. I think I put a picture on Instagram of me with the cream on my lips, and once it was numb, she came in, and it definitely like hurt. You know, it wasn't unbearable. It was very quick. I mean, I would say the whole thing took like less than 10 minutes. After the numbing part took like 10 minutes itself, and then the actual poking took less than 10 minutes. But like you could definitely feel it. So she kept like, she would just poke all along, basically the outside of my lip to inject. And if you've ever had numbing, like numb injections. So I had a issue with my foot. I had like warts on my foot. Charming, I know. That were like, they refused to go away. They were the worst. And so to get rid of them, it was a whole long story, but we had to like numb my foot so we could basically inoculate. Anyways, for me, I mean, when someone injects like numbing stuff into your skin, like it kind of feels like it burns and then there's like a hook almost, and it feels like it's pulling. Which is maybe making it sound worse than it is. I mean, it definitely hurt, but like it lasted, like I said, less than 10 minutes, and that was, you know, with pauses in between. So she would do like half a lip and then wait for a minute and kind of like manipulate the filler and then do the rest. The first pokes were the worst because she did it like basically all along my lips. But there was lidocaine within the velour, within the filler. So when she did like the second round to kind of like even things out and like spot treat, I guess, that hardly hurt at all. It's hard to really describe the pain, but I mean, it was like a pinching thing. And like my eyes were watering, you know, like I was crying. It wasn't really crying. It was just like an involuntary reaction to pain. But like I said, I mean, it barely lasted at all. And then afterwards, you know, you could immediately see a noticeable difference, and she gave me a little ice pack, told me to, ice it, you know, 20 minutes at a time for the next like 24 hours. And that was pretty much it. The swelling, she said, should go down noticeably within a few days and like be gone completely within a week or two. There was likely some bruising, which I did have some bruising, and it would be a little bit tender, but she said I could take, you know, ibuprofen if I needed to. So my lips were definitely like swollen and tender that first, and like kind of red that first night. And I think I put a picture up of them. They looked their most, Kardashian at that point. But the swelling went down significant. It went down more than I wish it had, which she told me would happen. She said, you're going to get used to them being swollen at a certain point, and then they're going to go down, and you're going to wish that they were a little bit bigger, which did happen. And I would say probably by day 4 was when I feel like they've really settled. It feels like maybe they've even gone down a little bit more since then, but I don't know how much of that is just like me wishing they were still a little bit bigger. The pain was like almost completely gone. I mean, the swollen, like the soreness was probably gone by day like 3, and it was significantly reduced on day 2. I mean, still there, but very, very minimal. I didn't require, like I said, ibuprofen at all to take it. I got a headache, probably unrelated, a couple days later that I took it for, but nothing for the actual lips themselves. They're definitely, they feel a little bit different. Like when I don't want to rub my lips together because I'm going to smear my lipstick, but when I do that, like I can feel that they're different, you know, like they're a different size, they're bigger, which is a little bit weird, but I'm getting used to it. They're definitely like up here, I don't want to, up here you can, like she put more of the filler in, so it's like a little bit, you can kind of feel it's a little bit firm, but not bad. There are like a few bumps that I can feel like with my tongue, but that are not visible to others, which is common. Like the filler is a little bit too close to the surface in that case, which can be corrected. And if I do decide to go back, I probably have her do something about that. But yeah, I mean, I do see a difference. I am really happy with it, but like she said, like I've said, I do kind of want a little bit more, particularly in my upper lip. And I smile, it's definitely better, and it still kind of disappears. Yeah, it could be a little fuller. And I know why I wouldn't have wanted to go more than 1 syringe at a time. And, you know, that's how you get the most natural look, is like a slower progression. I don't know if I want to do a full syringe more though. So I'm going to think about it more. It's only been 1 week. So I'm going to wait at least a month before I make any decisions about getting anything additional added. And I'd probably try to do, like maybe half a syringe, and then, cause I know a lot of places you can do it in increments. So maybe do half a syringe and then wait like 2 weeks. And then if you want more, you can do the other half kind of thing. But yes, I'm very happy with it. I was worried that it would be a little bit too much, and that's, you know, kind of the worry and why I'm hesitating on round 2, because I don't want to overdo it, because I am happy with it, but I do, there was a swollen look, like the day 2 swollenness that I want to go back to. But let me know if you guys have any questions. I think I covered a lot of things, but I'm sure I forgot. The bruising's already gone. I was able to wear stuff on my lips, lip gloss, lipstick, like 2 days later. I mean, I could have done it pretty much immediately. Put lots of chapstick on is the big thing. I worked out the next morning. I asked her if there was any issue with me working out, and she said no. Botox, I feel like I can feel a little, it feels a little bit weird and like a little bit, it's hard, it's like, it's not uncomfortable, but I just feel like I can kind of feel this area of my face more than I used to. Like, it feels like not quite natural, but not bad, and not like, it's just like if I think about it, you know? If I'm not thinking about it, it's just my face. But if I'm like thinking, I'm like, yeah, feels a little bit stiff. Anyways, yeah, I think that's everything. That's so much longer than I thought this video would be. Okay, Grace. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm super happy to talk about it and super open about it, because I get the curiosity for sure. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.